All right, what we're looking at here is a machine crate. This is what a lot of your CNC machines are put in while they're shipped. This one in particular was a Mazak. They come into a company I work for. It was a Mazak FH6800. You can kind of see from there. Mazak YMC is made in Japan. So this was what they put the machine in when they shipped it over from Japan. It's got some little warnings and stuff on it. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this crate. I'm going to clean up some of the pieces in it. I'm going to enclose it, put a floor in it, so I can make a little shed for my motorcycle. So what I've got to do, these little pieces of metal flat bar right here, I've got to cut those out. Got to get the rest of this tarp material out from under the frame. And then these little bolts right here going across there, we've got to cut those off. Of course, I'll wind up putting more bracing in the floor. I haven't quite determined what I'm going to put down for a floor yet. Possibly wood that I cut from my sawmill, but I'm not really sure yet. I'm going to take these pieces here off too. They're going across that bottom all the way across. I'll use that in some other part of the project. This machine crate is basically 11 foot wide, 12 foot deep, and right at 12 foot tall. So it's somewhat of a top on it, but I'm going to go ahead and put like a gable roof on it. Put two lean-tos off the side here and over on the other side. So right here in the front, I'm going to cut a couple of these pieces out. Cut this one here, and this one here. I'm going to make a door about 4 foot wide. We'll see how that comes out. Alright, I got a few pieces of safety gear here. A couple of saws, some soapstone. About to start cutting on it. I'm going to put this on time lapse to kind of save you the boredom of fiddling around with it. All right, so I got the door area cut out yesterday. I got the pieces cut off of the floor. Got some of the braces cut out of the way. I got some measurements put down for braces to go across, or floor joists, whatever you want to call them. That way the floor will be a little more sturdy, a little more solid. Even though the machine that was in here weighed 20-something thousand pounds, it was on 6 points. As you can tell right there, that square right here with the hole in it, those were where the machine mounted to it. It was actually a Mazak Megaturn 900M that was in here, not a 6 6,800. I was thinking about that as I was working on it. And I thought, well, I need to correct myself on that. But I need to weld those in here, going from side to side, so it'll be more like 16 on center versus 30 inches, or this one up here I believe was 40 something inches, so right at 40. So then I'll have to cut a few pieces off that I've got marked here with like the X's and stuff. What I'm going to use is this material here. It's an old shelving material. You can see it was on a shelf, like the kind they have in Lowe's or something, or any of your other hardware stores. I've cut one piece off. Leaves along with the cage. It laid out in the field for 5 or 6 years. You can see it's still pretty solid metal. So I'm gonna cut my extra floor joists out of this stuff. I've got a pile of it back there. Really not good for a whole lot of anything else besides this, so I'll just grind the rust off, weld it up, possibly clean it and paint it when I'm done. All right, so now that I got all my pieces cut, all the little pieces that I'm gonna need to strengthen that floor up, I'm gonna go back now in this area right here where I'm gonna weld, and this area right here on this piece, I'm gonna grind it off. That rust off there down the bare metal on every one of these pieces. Once I get through, weld them in. Even though this looks fairly rusty right here where I'm about to grind, this is actually metal's been sitting out here for over 5 years. These pieces here, as you can see inside of them, it's not too bad. Some of them are worse than that. Some of them are not that bad. Some of them are actually better than that. I just need to finish grinding these. It's like I have right over here. You can see that I'm just doing a light grind. It's not too bad. Just using what some people call a flap wheel. One of these looks like a bunch of sandpaper. Pieces of sandpaper glued together or something. Get my cord if it'll follow me. It's not going to do that.
not too bad. A little loud.
Alright, so I got all the floor joists tacked in. A little more support for the floor. Lay a piece of plywood down so I could roll my welder in here. The lead's not long enough to reach across this. But what I'm gonna do today is weld these will be there across here. Probably a short tack back here. Should take a while. I've got to use the generator to run my welder, so I'll put y'all on. And as you can see, I've got the door cut out. Got the piece put over where the top of the door will be. Still need to finish welding that in, but it's there. Got a few finishing touches on that and a few other things. As you can tell, I put this flat piece on here for the wood that I'm going to use for the floor to sit on and screw down. I've got, I guess some of them are less than 16 inches on center. These bars going across here, and of course here. I've got them in there welded in all the way down. You can kind of see where it's flash rusting from where it's been welded. Until I just welded here and here, then a little tack over here. So that's probably gonna do it for the floor. This piece here was already here, so I welded those other two in. That way there'll be a little edge for the boards. That's gonna do it on the floor though. What I'll do next is I'll grind those welds down flat. I'm gonna come in here and use the frame of the floor to as a work table to build the trusses for the tops and the sides. That way I have a flat surface to work off of. Should get a little further. I'm gonna end this video though. I'll bring y'all back when I start on the next phase.